Hey guys, how's it going? It's Kurotora. So today, the lovely devs over at Chaos Zero Nightmare dropped us a awesome update on what will be happening for the future of the game in the preseason. Pretty much, they've gone through topics like content improvement, filling in the preseason gaps, character buffs, just a variety of things. And we're just gonna go over it, take a quick look to see what we have in store. So, first, they said, we would like to sincerely apologize for not providing sufficient content to Protos during the previous preseason period. Let's be honest, it was kind of dry. We deeply empathize with the concerns and disappointment that the lack of content reduced your motivation to continue playing, and we take this responsibility very seriously. I'm glad they feel that way because it's a great game honestly, and I feel the only thing that holds it back sometimes is the lack of content variety as far as what we can actually do with our decks after the chaos. So it's nice that they're actually finding ways to implement more things for us to be able to spend that time that we farm those decks actually utilizing them. To ensure the preseason feels more engaging, instead of a gap between major updates, we are preparing a comprehensive overhaul of the gameplay experience and would like to provide advanced notice through this developer notice. New content full scale offensive update. Oh, full scale offensive. Okay, let's see what this is. The new content Full Scale Offensive will be added featuring gameplay similar to the Great Rift with limitless content combinations, sorry. Full Scale Offensive will run in 6-week cycles, and each season will feature 3 past Great Rift bosses. Okay, so I'm guessing they'll just keep swapping one out, considering they say each season will feature 3, or maybe it's gonna randomize the 3. As time goes on, we'll obviously have a larger variety, but at the moment, we've only had about 3 bosses past. So that's interesting to know. Okay. You will form a total of 3 parties, one for each boss. Once a combatant is deployed in battle, they cannot be assigned to another team. Okay, so pretty much here's where it goes, guys. Now you have to actually start gearing other characters other than just what's meta. You're gonna have to actually start acknowledging other characters' strengths. Hopefully, you've already been doing that. Therefore, achieving high scores will require strategically building and deploying 9 combatants. The reward structure will also change from the existing Great Rift's cumulative damage system to a score based system. In addition to scores based on base damage, extra points can be earned by successfully executing each boss's bonus mechanic. The key feature of Full Scale Offensive is that all save data cumulative from past seasons can now be used without seasonal restriction. That is awesome. Beautiful. I have nothing annoys me more than farming great decks for something like a support character in the name of like a Veronica or a Ray, and then the new season starts. You don't necessarily want to have to farm these characters again, but you're almost forced to if you want to use them in the new content. It's really annoying. So I'm glad that they actually have something that utilizes those characters previously farmed decks. Or even sometimes you don't want to reform another DPS. Like I love Rin, but I don't want to have to reform a Rin deck every season. So it's nice to know that you can farm something beforehand and you'll actually be able to put it to use later on, without feeling any type of way about it. So I'm glad they actually did that. They said, through this, we aim to support strategies that differ from the regular season format and enable a wider variety of deck combinations, which is great also as a content creator because that would mean I would be able to validly show other teams without it feeling too off brand because this place just generally allows any unit, which is awesome. Furthermore, as our notes in previous dev notes, furthermore, as noted in our previous developer note, we're working on easing the seasonal restrictions on Great Rift save data. We'll provide an update in a future developer note once finalized. Okay. Next, they say their second point early access to next season power and save data carryover. Oh, okay, that sounds interesting. We intend to fundamentally improve the current structure where save data acquired during the preseason loses its value when the new season begins. I know that sucks. That's what happened to my Narja deck. My first Narja deck. I I just finished farming Narja in preseason and then ended up having to farm her all over again once the actual season began. Kind of gave me burnout on farming Narja, honestly. During the preseason, you'll be able to try out part of the upcoming season's new season power in advance. That's great because then we'll at least get a chance to acclimate to the new mechanic before we actually, like when you get on that day, you don't want to have to spend that time learning about everything in that moment. You kind of want to have some idea of what you're going to do. So I love that they're actually doing that. So it looks like we have some kind of card mechanic here. Are these slots or is this an infinite sign? I don't know. I guess it's probably slots. So it looks like some kind of card system. In Season 3, each combatant will be able to obtain one special persona card. Okay. Through engravings, these cards will be able to grow stronger and can be completed by continuously adding enhancement effects acquired through battles and exploration. Okay. By clearing persona battle areas, which hosts rare species, you will be able to acquire both persona cards and engraving effects during your chaos exploration. I'm guessing that's like new unidentified areas. I can't see how else they'd implement that in the map, but let's go on. Some effects can scale with total number of engravings you own, and you will be able to further increase the strength of your combatant's card engravings by acquiring engraved equipment that you can find from waypoints in unidentified areas. Oh, okay, so I guess that's how you get them. During the preseason, a new option will be available whenever you reach a waypoint that allows you to apply an engraving to an equipment that you already own. And in the coming Season 3 Chaos, you will be able to acquire engraved equipment by visiting unidentified areas. Okay. Kind of annoying thinking about it because that can potentially cut back on our ability to get certain events. But well, let's see how they go about balancing that. In addition, save data obtained during this period will be carried over into the new season. You will said this will allow Protos to preview the next season's meta in advance during preseason. Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying because it can be a bit much at once to kind of sit there and try to learn everything as it releases. So it's nice that we get kind of eased into it. Experiment with various decks and prepare powerful save data that can be used immediately at the start of the regular season. Combat balance adjustments. As previously mentioned, we will continue to carry out combat balance adjustments to expand deck diversity by increasing the usability of underperforming combatants and certain less frequently used cards. Now, I know exactly what y'all are going to say before I even see who they're talking about. She's not that bad, guys. Y'all are just bad. Hopefully, I would love to see some more changes to some of the characters that didn't get enhancements the last times. I feel like they did a good job overall with the last set of buffs. But I guess let's see if they thought they did a good job. Because if there's any repeat units, then obviously they felt like they fell short. The core of this balance patch is the adjustment of the ego manifestation effect for certain ego manifestations. Interesting. Okay. All right, I'm down for this for certain combatants, including Yuki, of course. Along with a certain major overhaul of the partner system. Okay, I'm down for that. 5-star partners do feel kind of like poop right now, to be honest, unless it's specifically for that person. First, regarding combat balance adjustment improvements. Through the previous patch, we confirmed that overall metrics for low usage combatants have improved. That's good. However, continued data analysis shows that Yuki still falls short in terms of usability and viable gameplay feel as a result. To be fair, going through a chaos using Yuki can feel kind of butt sometimes until you manage to get your cards, then she starts to roll a little bit. And even outside of that, when you have her built, the content generally does not care for Yuki. That's the problem. It's not necessarily that Yuki's weak. It's just that the content is mostly single target, vertical scaling HP bosses. It's hardly ever something that shines the fact that she's an AoE character. So I hope that either the content changes or content becomes more versatile, or that they add something more in Yuki's kit to kind of make up for when she's only fighting a single target. I think that would actually be the best thing they could do. However, continued data analysis shows that Yuki still falls short in terms of usability and gameplay feel as a result. We have decided to prioritize adjustments for her in this patch. Great. Going forward, we will continue refining combatants that still show usability issues in battle, so they can fully demonstrate their intended appeal and performance. That's wonderful. I'm glad they didn't give up on the characters that were released previously as banner characters, because we still spent our money. So I would like them to keep up, make those characters relevant as long as they can before the eventual gacha power creep kicks in. It said, as a part of the upward balance direction, ego manifestation effects for some combatants will also be adjusted. Please adjust Karen's. That stupid thing that hits monsters and triggers their. It's so annoying that they had an event where literally Kayron's S2 screwed his viability and be able to participate in that Great Rift. Like, I really do not. I like the idea of it on paper, but then in application, it just not has been that great. So I hope they do go on and adjust the effects in ways that make them make more sense. But it says, as part of the upward scaling balance direction, ego manifestation effects for some combatants will be adjusted. Currently, some combatants' ego manifestation effects are underperforming. When compared to the average, which limits the feeling of progression for players. Accordingly, we will adjust value to improve overall efficiency and make combatant growth more meaningful. Okay. I'm looking forward to that. Lastly, major improvements will be applied to the partner system, a core component of combat. Stat application method change. Previously, partners were not reflected when calculating memory fragment percentages. Oh, that's nice. So they're actually going to be factored into the memory fragment percentage options. That's really good. This will be improved so that partner stats are now fully applied. This change will allow partners to play a more central role in deck building and combat. That is so good, because right now it sucks trying to build certain characters and hit certain stat milestones without completely leaning into a certain gear set or having really good pieces of gear. So their stats actually counting in before the memory fragment percentages now would actually be a really nice thing. Enhanced growth impact. The increase in base stats gained when leveling a partner will be raised to enhance the value of character growth. Okay. And 5-star partner buff. Stat increases gained through passives will be significantly increased. Significantly, that's an interesting word. I wonder how significantly, but let's see. Increase so that performance clearly reflects the highest grade. Okay. Partner balance adjustment scheduled for April 8th update, which is, I guess, this coming update. And combatant balance adjustment scheduled for April 29th. Damn, that's a while away. But, I mean, they need more time to collect data and implement whatever they're testing, I guess. So, I guess we'll see as it comes. To present a completely revamped Chaos Zero Nightmare at the upcoming half anniversary. Half anniversary and we still haven't gotten the mail, man. Damn. Sorry guys, I got to vent. The entire development team is working hard to prepare this update. We look forward to your continued interest and support. Thank you guys. You guys have been great also. And we hope the preseason allows you to experience the upcoming changes and prepare ahead of the regular season. With that said, we'll wrap up this dev note. We'll continue to strive to make Chaos Zero Nightmare a better experience for all. Chaos Zero development team. Yeah, I think they hit just about everything I was concerned about going into another season. Personally, I love the game. It's a fun game. It's a really fun game. I like the character design choices as far as the ideas of how the kits work. I like how the epiphany system affects the viability of making characters work team to team, or just completely building them into a niche or taking them out of one. I think it's really good. I just feel like it's one of two things. It's either the roguelike system holding back the potential of the deck builder, or the deck builder holding back the potential of the roguelike. I think they do have to become somewhat separate experiences, and I think the devs themselves realize this. I enjoy the roguelike in doses. I'm not a roguelike lover. I enjoy it in doses. I hate having to commit myself to the roguelike aspect so often when I want to make a deck. So with them bringing additional things like more deck customization options post run, I think that'll actually be really good for improving what I enjoy about the game. And the fact that they're doing something like sortie and just generally trying to make the experiences more distinct is good for both fan bases that enjoy it. But that's been my enjoyment of the game. Let me guys know what you think in the comments, and yeah, catch you guys another time. Peace.